All right, so once again, good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Pacey, and as I've told some of you before, I'll be filling in for Miss Williams. So yes, that's the introduction for me. I hope everyone would have had a lovely weekend, well rested, and that you had enjoyed school today. All right. Um, so for this evening, we'll be looking at algebra part 2. I was told that you had already started some of these, so uh, I won't go through this riddle again. Yes, so the objectives. Uh, so we'll first of all review what you would have done last week, and then following that, we look into simplifying algebraic expression using addition and subtraction, followed by reviewing of two basic laws of indices, multiplication and division. And finally, we look at a real life scenario where we can apply algebra. Yes, so I have this video link that I want to share with you guys. Can you let me know if you had watched this video already from last week? Tina?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we'll be watching it this evening, so I'll be sharing that video right up. Give me 1 second. So I can get a video up. Let's see. Right. Oh, it's your turn. Nice. All right. So. Can you let me know if you're seeing my screen?
Yes, sir, I'm seeing your screen.
All right. That's great. So, you know, and then we can watch this video together.
Translate written. Hello everyone and welcome to this lesson on algebraic translation. Now our aim for this lesson is how can we translate written expressions and equations into numerical form. So basically we see it in written form and we want to write it in terms of numbers and variables. Now before we can do that, we have to lay the groundwork here, and there's a few things that we need to know so that we can use them when we get to doing the actual translations. Now, if we had something like 7 plus 5, verbally we could express this, for example, as the sum of 7 and 5, and we would be done. But what if instead of a 7, we had a variable, we had the letter x there? Instead of saying the sum of 7 and 5, we would say the sum of a number and 5, because x is a variable and it could represent any number, so we're just going to call it a number. And even though x is the most commonly used letter, this applies to any letter in the alphabet that can be used to represent a variable, which is just some unknown value. So let's translate 10 plus a number. So again, it's an expression, so we have the number 10, plus we know is just addition, and then a number is just some unknown, we'll call it x. So that translates to 10 plus x. Now what if we add the statement 10 more than a number? Now we should know that more than is associated with addition, so our sign is not going to change. So let's think about this one differently. We have a number, some unknown number, some variable, and this phrase represents 10 more than whatever that number is. So in this case, we're going to start with the variable and then add 10 to it. Now, since this was addition, and because addition is commutative, the order didn't actually matter. But let's take a look at an example now using subtraction. So now let's look at 6 less than a number. So again, we see that word then. So we have 3 parts here. We have the number 6, We have less than, which we know is subtraction, and then a number, we'll call it n. Now, this phrase represents a value that is 6 units smaller than whatever our number n is. So to find that number, we would have to take n and subtract 6 from it. So in cases like this, the second term comes first and the first term comes second. We have to switch the order. Now, this is the case when we see the word then. And we're going to say that then is a switch word, which means that the operator stays in the middle, but the order of the first term and the last term is switched. So the way that it's written, the actual expression will be in reverse order.
Cool.
Moving on now, if we had the phrase the difference of 3 and a number, we could easily translate this. Difference is subtraction, and we have 3 minus some number, we'll call it p. So 3 minus p would represent this phrase.
Good afternoon, Dante. I don't know if you're hearing me.
Yes, sir, I'm hearing you.
All right, cool. So I'm filling in for Miss Williams for this evening and also tomorrow. We had started looking at this video about algebraic translation. So I guess you just have to like catch up as we go along, but hopefully it won't be too bad. It'll be fine. And also, since we'll be going through some exercises, that will help as well. So I'll be continuing the video now. By the way, you guys are understanding, right? You're hearing the video quite fine, right?
Sir, I was hearing you quite fine.
All right, that's good to hear. All right, so I'll continue now.
But what if instead of the difference of 3 and a number, we had the difference of 3 and twice a number plus 1? So now instead of p, we have to represent that whole expression, which we can call 2p plus 1. And we can enclose this individual expression in parentheses. So when performing algebraic translations, you can use parentheses to separate independent groupings. And now let's look at a number divided by 3 is 8. So we have a number, let's call it t, and we're dividing it by 3, so let's use it as a fraction, t over 3. And when we say is 8, that just means that it equals 8. So be aware that the word is or is equivalent to just means equals to. So a quick recap before we get into the examples. Remember that a number is just a variable. The word then we call a switch word. Use parentheses for independent groupings, and is means equal to. So now we're ready for a few examples. So first, let's translate the phrase the product of a number and 9.
All right, so I'd like you guys to try this. Let's see. How much time should I give you guys? All right, how about call it 30 seconds? That should be good enough, right? Yes, we're confident can do it in 30 seconds.
Sir, can you repeat, please? Can you repeat?
Now, I would like for you guys to try this one that's on the screen right now. The product of a number and 9. You can write the answer in the chat or, well, no, yeah, right in the chat. And I'll be giving you guys more time. All right, so yeah, I'll give you guys 30 seconds to do this one. Or well, you can actually, if you have the answer, you can raise your hand and I'll acknowledge you. So anyone has an answer yet? All right, Jaden?
Are you hearing me here?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, so my answer is p times 9.
P times 9. All right, all right. Is there another way of saying it or writing it, right?
It's sir, sorry. P and just 9, you don't have to put the multiplication sign.
Yes, that is correct. All right, so I'll continue with it now. Let's see. what he said.
So we know that product just means to multiply. And what we're multiplying together is a number, we'll call it n, and the number 9. Now, n times 9 is fine, but we'll more commonly see it written as 9n without the multiplication sign, but that means 9 times n. Next, we have the phrase half a number decreased by 12.
All right, can someone else try this one now? Half a number decreased by 12. Oh, Harmony, I see your answer in the chat. Yes, that's right. You want to try this one, Harmony? All right, while she's typing, let's just wait on that. That's also correct. So we're at this question now. Half a number decreased by 12. I'm still waiting on the answer from Harmony. Also, if anyone else wants to try it, Dante, Tino, you can also have a go as well. I'm not hearing from anybody else. Are we understanding, guys? Dante, Tino? Right. Guess I just continue. Jen, do you have an answer for this one? Just asking. So no takers for this question. All right. So I guess we're just supposed to be and see what the answer is. Oh, you have an answer, Jen. All right, you can go ahead.
Sir, my answer is 12 subtracted by 1 over 2p.
That is correct. So let us continue with the video.
Decrease by means to subtract, and now the first term is half a number. We'll call that number x, and half of it means dividing it by 2. So we have x over 2 minus 12. So that expression is the translation of that verbal phrase.
So that's actually interesting. So one thing that we need to bear in mind is that the order actually matters. So unless you're using the term than, we do not switch the orders. And that's something. Are you seeing that, Jaden?
So sir, if you would so if you have it as half a number decreased by 12, it will be in the same order how you put it down.
Yes, because we don't have the switch word there, which is than. And that is important because unlike addition, subtraction isn't commutative. So the answer would actually change if the order is changed as well. All right, so we'll move right on into the next one. Oh, by the way, I'll be doing one more of these because we also have questions on our side that we want to go to as well.
Next, we want to translate the phrase 3 times the difference of a number and 1.
All right, so this is the final question from this video. Tino, Dante, are you guys hearing me by the way? I'm not getting a response. I'm wondering. Are you guys understanding? If you're not, you can always say, and I'll go through.
I'm here, sir.
Can you repeat that? You sounded pretty low, Dante.
I'm here, sir. It's just that I wasn't here last time.
Oh, you weren't here. Ah, I understand. I understand. So are you understanding so far? Because, all right, you want to try this one?
Not really, sir.
Come on, what I want? I love for you to try it. I love for you to try it because that's the only way I can know if you're actually understanding. But how about we try to go to this together? So when you read this, wait, didn't I'll come to you, but I really want others to. All right, Harmony, I'm seeing your message in the chat. Uh, that answer is not 100%. It's close, or pretty close. However, there's one thing that's I think there's a bit of mix up, like 3 times the difference of a number, right? I
What,
see.
sir, sir,
Yes.
can I please say what I have?
No, wait. We want to um give Harmony one more try. Harmony, can you try again? The answer is pretty close, but it's not it exactly. Pretty close. Yeah, afterwards you can tell me what you have. By the way, are you guys hearing the music in my background?
No, sir.
All right.
No, sir.
Okay. I was worried that's a word for a second there. I'm not sure if Harmony is typing anything. I'll give it 5 more seconds. All right, Jaden, you can tell me your answer now.
So, sir, I have, since you said three times, I have 3 and the multiplication sign, or you could just say 3 only and then p minus 1 because it said the difference of a number and 1, so it would be the p, which is a number, and 1, so it would be subtracted by the 1. So, sir, the full answer is 3 times p minus 1. Sorry, hearing me?
Okay. Yes, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Harmony answer is correct if the x is a multiplication sign. Yeah, my bad about that. Yeah, if the x in your equation is a multiplication sign, then you're 100% correct. I'm just used to seeing this asterisk. Let's type in the chat. So I'm more used to seeing this as a multiplication sign. Yeah. All right, so we're finished with this video, and we actually have some questions on the slide to answer, or how we're pumped about it. Yes. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, give me a second. All right. All right, so these are the questions. You're seeing my screen, right? With the questions.
Yes, sir.
All right. So this time we actually need Dante and Tino to try some of these. And yes, I will not take no for an answer. We need to make the attempt. Yeah, we need to make the attempt. So we'll be doing the yeah, I think we can do all of them. I'll give us 5 minutes to do all of them. Also, if you guys are having any problems with them, or there's a part where you're getting confused, you can also let me know, and I'll see how best we can, work through it. By the way, I was told that some of you guys had done this before. Jaden, have you seen this? Do you remember seeing these before, these questions?
Wait, sir, can you repeat that, please?
I was told that some of these questions were done in last week's class. I was wondering if you have them written down or no.
So I'm checking. Checking. Oh, I don't have them.
Okay. Dante, you have your hand up?
Sir, are we supposed to text the answers to you in the chat or just say them?
You can raise your hand and then I'll let you say them. But not all of them, no, just one. So you can attempt question one. Sir, we can write anything number. Yes, so when you have the word a number, you can put anything there, as long as it's essentially a letter. It would serve the same purpose as, or it will represent a number because it's a variable, right? But for practice, right, or in general, we usually use X. However, since X sometimes means multiplication sign, especially when you're typing, you'd use a different letter like P or T or something like that. So strictly for chat purposes, you'd generally want to have X be multiplication and then P or T be the X in this case. And it's also good to bear in mind that the than is still the switch operator. So whenever you're writing it, the values, so the number and the variable would switch places. So anyone has an answer for number one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, Dante, what do you have for the answer?
Miss, sorry,
It's
S
cool,
plus
it's cool.
4.
All right,
S plus
yes, that's correct, that's correct. Does anyone have the answer for question two?
Yes, sir.
All right, Jaden, what do you have?
So it said the product of 7 and C, so it would be 7 multiplied by C.
Correct.
Or just C, or just 7C.
Yeah, that's also correct. All right. For number three, can we have Tino or Harmony? Wait, has anyone else joined? Yes. Good afternoon, Vitalia. I won't pronouncing that right.
Good afternoon.
Yes. So I'm filling in for Miss Williams for this evening, and also tomorrow evening. And we're currently going through algebra part 2. We're looking at some of the question in writing algebraic expressions. So we've done question 1 and 2 already. I don't know if you are familiar with this, and if you are familiar, you can try one of these questions. However, right now I'm looking for an answer from Harmony or Tia. Don't you have an answer? But I would really love to hear from Tina. You can type it in the chat. Oh, you typed in chat. Tina, it's a good attempt. However, the rule still applies because remember, have the done. When you have the done, we have to switch the places. Wait. So that was pretty close, but yes, we have to switch the place when we have the word done is. That's something that we have to keep in mind. So whenever we say done, switch the number and the variable. All right, so we'll move right into question number 4. Dante, that is not correct. And the reason why it's not correct, as I was saying before, is that when you have done, so let me see if I can annotate this. All right, so whenever we have done, right, it means that we have to switch the variable, right? Whatever you want to call it in this case, C, T, whatever, and the number. So we keep the sign, which is less than, and then 9 would come after, and then the X or this, whatever variable you want to call it would come before. So that's the rule for whenever you see sentences with than. So more than, less than, greater than, lesser than, etc. All right, so we'll move right into number 4. Anyone have an answer for number 4? Or Jaden? Talia, do you want to try question 4?
Okay, I'll try. I'll try.
All right. Good afternoon, Amanda. So I'm filling in for Miss Williams for this evening and also tomorrow evening. Currently, we're going through some algebraic expression and we're changing sentences into those expressions. Right now, we're at question number 4. You can also attempt it.
28. 28.
Well, we're not looking for the actual answer now. We're looking for the algebraic expression. How do we write this in terms of some number and some variable?
1 minute.
I think what would help in this case is breaking up the question. So there's, I don't know if we're seeing it, but there are 2 parts to this.
I can't find the answer and I'm trying. So I'll give up the question.
All right, Jalen, I see your hand up. Yes.
Okay, so a number divided would be x with the division sign. By the sum would be 4 plus 7. So it would be x divided by 4 plus 7.
Yeah, but when you say it like, yes. Is it possible to write it in the chat as well? I want to check something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will let some check.
All right, cool. I realize the time is getting late, and I actually want to move on to some other stuff. So let's have a kind of speed round to see if we can go through these quickly. I guess we can start it out because this really actually this and this are questions that we should have would have been done before, but yeah, we can just talk through the answers for these rest of the questions. Okay. All right. One thing that I want to note, right? When you're writing this question, I'm going to write it in the chat. It is possible, or it can be written also as, well, it should be written as this. Let me use this device and I'll copy this one. Copy. Give me a second. 4 plus. Oh, sorry, give me a second. Oh, that's not right. That's not right at all. Give me a second. This is a bit challenging writing on this keyboard I have here. So this, and then close bracket. Right, so write it as x divided by, and then in brackets or in parentheses, 4 plus 7. And do we know the reason for that? Well, I should probably just say it. So the reason why we want the brackets, right, is because of the order of operations. Because of how division is, it takes precedence over addition. And if you write it as it is now and put it in a calculator, if you have a calculator nearby, you can try it. The answer you'd get is like, it'd be different if you didn't have the parentheses.
Wait, but sir, we don't have a number, so we couldn't get an answer. We have to get a random number.
Yes, that's true. That's true. But in the event that you try to do a number, you'd realize that you'd get a different answer without the parentheses. So it's very important that sums are placed in parentheses whenever there is also addition and multiplication. Well, sorry. Whenever there's multiplication and division, because they have more precedence. So yes, the answer is, sorry, let me send it to everybody. To be sent in the chat, Control C. All right, so I sent it to everybody now. That's the answer. So going through number 5. So twice the sum of a number plus 4. So how would we tackle this right now? Just talk me through this. Anyone can answer or start. Are you want me to? Anyone want to volunteer to see how we tackle this? Talk about how. By the way, are you still hearing me? I just want to make sure.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yes, both of the answers are correct. So we have, however, Jaden, please know that usually we try to keep the number before the variable. In this case, it doesn't really matter. The multiplication is commutative, but it's a general practice that the number comes before the variable. But yes, your answer is correct. However, what I really wanted to see was like the process, right? Because how I want you to envision it is that you break the question into the number section and the variable section, or depending on the question itself, if it has multiple operations like division and subtraction or addition, you calculate based on the operation that's happening first. So in this case, number 4, you see that the summation is addition is happening first and then division. And in some other cases, that would be multiplication or and subtraction. So yeah, that's important. For number 6, sum of 3 part of a number plus. So here we have a case where we have an operation that's happening. Oh, so yes. So 2p plus 4. For number 6, we have 2 things happening. We have this where we have a third of a number, and then you're adding it together. In this case, what we do, yes, we multiply them together first, and then we'd add the 7. That's correct. And 10 times a number increased by 150. So I have this 10 times the number, then we have this afterwards. How would we write this, guys? Correct. That is correct, Amanda. Great job, guys. All right. So on to the next set. I don't think we'll be able to do these questions because we're kind of pressed for time and I want to reach a bit further. So we'll come back to this for tomorrow's class. All right. Is this? Yes, this is a video. So wait, let me check something. Oh yes. How long is this video? One second, guys. All right, so we're going to watch one final video and then we'll start some practice question. So I have a quiz for you guys. So I'll be sharing screen now. Yeah, Dante, answer is not correct. All right, so it's kind of tricky as well. I understand why you think that. Well, when I say increase by, usually they mean addition. And that's, I guess, something that we have to kind of bear in mind, that certain phrases mean certain things. So when I hear phrases like greater than or more than, we're thinking, or even increase, we're thinking addition. However, when you hear terms like times or, well, yeah, almost a times, it's actually most of the times. I don't know any other phrase for multiplication. I can't think of any right now. So yes, it's addition. So the first part is correct, but the last part is needs to be addition. All right, so jumping right into the video. I hope you guys we're understanding right. We're understanding how it works, right? Like, is there anything unclear? Anything that you'd want to know? Uh, it depends. So when you have the multiplication sign, right? It can be written anyway. When you do not have the multiplication sign, it is best practice, or it is generally written as the number first, then the variable. So 10 times x can be written as x times 10. That's fine. However, when you have it without the multiplication sign, you just write 10x. Is that clear, Harmony? Yes. So yes, moving right into the video.
Anil Kumar, and now we will learn how to express algebraic expressions in words. We have a couple of questions here. I'd like you to pause the video, copy them, and then write them in words. So the question here is, write each algebraic expression in words. 7a, 2a plus 3, 3a minus 5, 5 times a minus 4, a divided by 3, and a times a plus 1.
All right, so guys, I guess we can watch him do the first couple of questions, like first two, and then we can try doing at least C and D, or maybe E as well afterwards.
Here a is a variable. Whenever we talk about algebraic expression, we should have a variable. Variable is something whose value could be different. The value changes, right? That's variable. So I hope you have written these algebraic expressions, write them in words, and then check with my suggestions. So the first one here is 7a. We could write this as 7 times a number, right? So we can say this as, let me write number 7 as 7 itself, 7 times a number. This is one way of writing this algebraic expression in words, right? 7 times a number. We could also say product of a number with 7, right? But this is better. Now the next one is 2a plus 3, which we could write twice a number, add 3, but a better way of writing is 3 more than twice a number. 3 more than twice a number. Now we have 3a minus 5. What?
All right, so he's at question number C now. I'd like one of you guys to attempt this one. Who would like to try? 3a minus 5. All right, Jaden. Was your hand up all right?
Yes, sir. I don't know why it keeps taking it off. It just takes it off. So 3a subtracted by 5 is could be written as 3 multiplied by a number, 3 multiplied by a number minus 5.
Okay, that's one way of writing it. Anyone has another way of writing it?
3 times the number decreased by 5.
Yes, that's also another way of writing it. Dante, would you like to give it a try? Anyone else? There's another way of saying this. That's pretty close, Dante, but you're missing one part of it. How many? I see your hand up? Yes, you can go ahead.
Sir, maybe you can say 5 less than 3 times a number.
Yes, that is correct. 5 less than 3 times a number. All right. All right, so we can also attempt D now. So 5a minus 4. Who like that for this one? Please bear in mind the parentheses, it means something. So who would like to try this one? No takers? No one wants to try this one? Yes, Dante, that's correct. That's correct. Oh, yes, man. That's exactly. Yes, that's correct. That's perfect. Anyone else?
Five times a number decreased wait times a decreased by 4.
Well, you don't even put the variable name. You put the. Can you say a number? But yes. Can you repeat it for me one more time? Just,
5 times a number times a decreased by 4.
that doesn't sound exactly right. Uh, I don't think that's exactly right. The reason for that is because the subtraction happens first. That's what the parentheses mean.
Miss, sir, because of the bomb dash rule.
Yes, bomb dash. So because of the bomb dash, parentheses takes brackets in that case takes precedence. So I think in a sense you need to state it in a way that the subtraction would come first and then the multiplication. By the way, what I mean by that is you can say multiplied by whatever right? However, the order in which it happens. Let me give an example because this. I'm going to
So
stop.
if you say a number minus 4 multiplied by 5.
Yeah, that's correct. I can give. I'll give another way of saying it. So you could also say, 5. How do you say that again? Like, 5, 10. Put 5. Not good way of saying it, but you could also say the product of 5 and a number minus 4. That's another way of saying it. So and in that sense, it'd be 5 would be one thing, and then the number minus 4 would be another thing. But yes, your answers are correct. And now we can move into the meat of the matter, which is the quiz. I'll be sharing the link in the chat, but I don't think we'll be able to finish much of it because of the time. So, not good. All right, guys. So, let me know if you're seeing the link in the. Are you guys seeing the link in the? Well, sorry, I sent it to one person. Are you guys seeing the link in the chat?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. I would love for you guys to click on it, and with the short amount of time we have left, we can attempt at least the first 5 questions. However, I want you guys to bear in mind that I'd like for you to complete it in after the class is over, because you won't be able to see the answers until you complete all of it, right? And all of it meaning like from 1 going down. You don't have to answer the other fields that are there. So you start at question 1, which says the sum of 8 plus t. 8 and t, as it says, the sum of 8 and t. And then you go down. Sorry about that. So wait, are you guys in the quiz right here? How many of us have started the quiz? You can raise your hand. All right, nice. Okay, okay. All right. So we're trying to do the first four questions. And then I'd like to hear some answers. And after this, we can work on the rest. So if you're finished with the first four, you can raise your hand. I'd like to hear some answers. Answers from 4 different persons, preferably. So whenever you're finishing, just let me know.
Sir, I'm finished 1 to 4.
All right, cool. Anyone else?
I'm also finished 1 to 4, sir.
All right. 2 more persons. Anyone else is finished with 1 to 4? So Jaden, you can take question 1. Dante, you can take question 2.
Right now, sir?
No, I'm waiting for the others to respond. Is anyone else finished with question 1 to 4? All right. In the meanwhile, Jaden, can you give me your answer for number 1?
Sir, my answer for number 1 is 8 plus t.
Okay, that's correct. Dante, question number 2.
My answer for question number 2 was g divided by 5.
Okay, correct. Uh, Vitalia or Harmony, Armanda, any of you guys have question number 3 ready? Harmony, yes, you can go ahead.
Sir?
Sir, my
Sorry, Vitalia, Harmony, you can go ahead.
answer was 5B.
All right, that's correct, yes. And final question for this evening, number 4. Vitalia, would you like to respond? Would you like to answer this one?
Sir? Sir, give me a minute.
All right.
Sir, 32 take away x. Sir?
Yes, that's correct. Okay, so that would bring us to the end of today's class. I hope we will learn something during the session. Please note that I would love for you guys to finish the rest of these questions for receiving and then submit it. I will be seeing you tomorrow evening, same time. And we basically be picking up from here. So I'm looking forward to seeing some answers and all. I hope you guys have a good rest of the evening. So class is officially dismissed.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.